Hey guys, how are you? I hope you're all having a fantastic evening. Tonight I have yet another movie review. This is a horror film from the United States, English language, released in the year 2012, directed by Jordan McClure, and this movie is called Rogue River. And the story to Rogue River is as follows. Mara has travelled to Oregon's Rogue River to scatter her father's ashes and finds herself stranded and alone when her car is mysteriously towed away. Now lost without transport or communication, she accepts the hospitality of a stranger who offers her shelter for the night at the cabin he shares with his wife. With few options, she reluctantly accepts. What happens next will take her to the edge of sanity in a brutal and terrifying saga of raw and unrelenting terror. So the movie starts off with our main character, Mara. She is leaving to Rogue River to scatter her father's ashes. She's a very torn up individual. You can tell that she has been shattered by the tragedy that has befallen her family. So she gets to Rogue River, she's spreading the ashes, and then this is where she comes across this mysterious old man. He's not old, he's middle-aged, but he comes to her and she's crying. He tries to cheer her up a little bit, and he says that he'll walk her back to her car. So this is what they do, and this is where Mara realizes that her car is no longer there, and she is told that it's been towed away. So this stranger offers her a lift back to his cabin where he shares it with his wife, and this is where they're basically going to give her a place to stay overnight, and then in the morning she will be on her way. So she gets there, she finds out that it's a little bit strange, and before she knows it, she realizes the true motives behind this husband and wife, and her night is about to go a hell of a lot worse than she could ever have imagined. So what happens at that point on, that's something you're going to have to find out for yourself, because that's as far as I'm going with my synopsis. Now my thoughts on Rogue River. This one really surprised me. I actually enjoyed this a hell of a lot. Now, some people might not agree with me, because I have seen that this film has got quite a bit of criticism, being, it's not unique and that the acting was a little bit off. And I beg to differ. Now, yes, it's not unique. It has been done before. It's a familiar formula, but I thought the formula was done really well. I thought there was a good level of suspense. It is a very shocking film, surprisingly very, very twisted. And that's what I liked about it the most, the fact that it was a lot darker than films of this nature. As I said in my last review, there are some films that dare to break the boundaries of what's decent and what the viewer can expect. And I thought this movie really does push those boundaries, and there are some deeply, deeply unsettling themes that I wasn't expecting, and that contributes to a much sort of darker, grittier, and scarier feeling, because you know that these people who are doing bad things, you don't know how far they're going to go, because you don't know how far the director is going to take you. So it's not the most graphic film you'll ever see, but as far as themes are concerned, I'm not going to give anything away, but I thought they were deeply unsettling, and it was a really pleasant surprise, because I thought this was just going to be a run-of-the-mill sort of horror film, because as I said, I have heard some pretty bad things about this movie, but I was shocked because it was a hell of a lot better than I was expecting. So it's one of those occasions where you expect absolutely nothing and get a lot in return. Now, the acting, Mara played a sympathetic character. I mean, it wasn't in depth, so you didn't really need to connect to her so much, but you could tell that she was a kind soul and that she was about to go into something very bad, and I thought she played her role really well. Now, it's a very limited sort of character-based film. There's only really Mara and the husband and wife. The husband is played by Bill Moseley, who does a phenomenal job as a really creepy guy. And then you've got the wife, I can't recall her name, but she does an equally creepy role. And I thought the villains were great. I thought they were just completely twisted. And they have a little bit of history to them that you can kind of connect with and feel sorry for them. But in the end, what they are truly sick and sick, sadistic sort of individuals that take a lot of pleasure at tormenting Mara at any given opportunity. I thought the suspense levels were great when she's walking through the house. You don't know what's around the corner. I thought that played really, really well. And it's just an added bonus, because it's not often you get films that are very shocking in its themes and also have a lot of suspense in it as well. So the director of the film, he kind of plays it safe in the fact that it has been done before. The formula is generic, but I just thought it was done very well. Simplicity done, with respect. I thought he took his time to get to the juicy parts, and when the juicy parts do come onto the screen, I thought they were well worth it. I thought the soundtrack, very good. Cinematography, it's a very dark sort of, something bad is about to happen, because it's just that vibe. It's a very sort of dreary vibe. You think that nothing, positive is going to come out of this experience. And I like that also. So it's a visual film, and it's also a film that does crawl under your skin. And it does play it slow. I mean, it doesn't take too long to get into it, but I thought there was sufficient sort of time to get to know the characters and for it to unravel very, very nicely. So the ending I thought was very good. I was kind of I was thinking, this is a typical Hollywood ending, but then right at the end, you see something and you think to yourself, wow, this is not, the way I was expecting it. So what you get in Rogue River is a film that is not going to blow you away with anything terribly original, but if you want a horror film that does the basic things very well, then Rogue River is definitely one to try out. So this is a positive from the American horror. I think, as I said, it's the lower budget stuff that is the future, and Rogue River is definitely one that I would highly recommend. So overall, for Rogue River, I'm going to give it 3.5 stars. I was really impressed, and I'm sure a lot of people out there will be as well. Alright guys, that's my review. Hope you enjoyed it. Till next time, keep watching movies, and I'll see you later. Bye.